Hi, my name is Ilea Caldwell, and I'm directing, producing, and starring in The Tales of Beedle the Bard, The Fountain of Fair Fortune, and I'm a Ravenclaw.
I'm Sienna Beckman. I am producing and acting in The Fountain of Fair Fortune, and I'm a Hufflepuff. So why Harry Potter?
Why not Harry Potter?
I mean, it's such a wonderful, rich world that clearly everyone has latched onto in such an amazing way that we really wanted to join the ranks of Harry Potter fan films.
There's just a lot of detail to pull from what J.K. Rowling has given us in the books and the movies and supplemental information on Pottermore, etc. And the Tales of Beedle the Bard are written like a fairy tale, so there's not an enormous amount of detail already presented to us, so it enables us to flesh out characters and to make them our own and to use our own imagination and incorporate it with Jo's to make this story come to life.
The most difficult thing to film, I think, is going to be the crowd scene. So in the very beginning of the story, there are supposed to be hundreds of wizards waiting outside the gate to go to the Fountain of Fair Fortune, and it's dark. It's before sunrise, and
so we've got no light,
no
and 100
light,
hungry people,
and we have to do special effects. You know, we have to get everybody there, get everybody dressed in wizard clothing.
Period appropriate wizard clothing.
Right, so that's probably going to be a bit of a challenge.
I also think working with the snake is going to be very difficult. Or the worm. The snake worm. The squiggly thingy. The snake worm. Yep, that's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Does our production differ from The Fountain of Fair Fortune? Yes and no. We've actually incorporated backstories about Asha, Althea, Amata, and Sir Luckless, so we know a little bit more about where they're coming from before they all meet outside the gates into the Magic Garden. What else?
We stuck pretty closely to the story. Obviously, it's told as a fairy tale, so there was basically no dialogue in the actual tale, The Fountain of Fair Fortune, that Jo wrote. So that was kind of our challenge, is to create these characters, as Ilea said, and then to give them life, really, through their words.
More interesting relationships with each other. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily more interesting, but more detailed.
Yeah,
more explored.
Yeah.
And the worm might be a snake. I don't really know.
The worm might be a snake.
The worm may be a snake. Everything?
It's a Harry Potter film?
Yeah.
We get to join this amazing, already massive community of Harry Potter fan films that have already been made and just join the ranks of awesome.
And the colors. I like all the color that in my head when I'm reading Harry Potter books. I see a lot of color, I see a lot of movement, the costumes, the spells, the enchantments, everything, and plus the Fountain of Fair Fortune, it's enchanting garden. It's got a lot of flowers and color, and
we're both huge fantasy fans in general, so like Harry Potter is kind of like the ultimate, like the movies have already been made, but we get to try to do the same but something new, and it's creative, and it's already established, and it's just gonna be
great. Swell.
Fantabulous.
Magical.
That's the one.
Well, I didn't like to read as a kid. I was 11 years old. My parents were trying to bribe me to read books, and then all of a sudden, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone falls into my lap, and I just couldn't put it down. And I went through the second, the third, the fourth, all really, really fast, and by the end of the series, my parents are like trying to prevent me from staying up all night reading, and I'm literally hiding in the bathroom so that I can have light to keep reading Harry Potter. So she taught me how to read, she taught me how to imagine, really how to enjoy just being by myself with a book and imagining this entire world around me. And she's amazing in a whole bunch of other ways. She's a god. Yes.
Goddess. For me, I was kind of the opposite. I loved reading when I was a kid, and I did very little else. That's not true. I did other things, but I loved to read, and I spent a lot of time reading. And I resisted reading Harry Potter at first. I was like, oh, I don't want to. Everybody likes it.
There's a reason.
There was a reason. So once I got into it, it just, at a very young age, or at a younger age than I think I probably would have, I realized just how huge the world is and how connected Harry Potter made that world for me, because people in Japan, people in Argentina, people in France, people in the United States like me are reading all the same thing and loving these characters and really connecting with them and going on this journey that, like, we grew up with Harry Potter. We're the same age as Harry, and it was just like, oh, I've got chills. J.K. Rowling gave us this, you know, these stories and this journey that you can see Harry struggling, and he has flaws. He's not perfect, and he just, you know, growing up with Harry really gave me something to connect with other people.
And it's hard to imagine a world without J.K. Rowling, because we were so young when we started being affected by the whole Potter movement. So it's like kind of been our whole lives, really.
Yeah. What is life without Harry Potter?
Oh, don't even talk about that. Thank you so much, always jkrowling.com, and check out our promo video if you think you'd be interested in seeing the Fountain of Fair Fortune come to life.
Yep. We're trying to reach 5,000 Harry Potter fans who can all donate $5. $5, 5,000 Harry Potter fans, and we get to make this awesome film. So thank you very much. Mischief managed.
Mischief managed. Do you want to do that again?